Bank Stadium. Ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle. And the Minnesota Vikings. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this. They've been in a great group. Winners of 7 of their last 10.
Very often nowadays. It looks like they had extra guys on the field.
And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis.
Get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Doesn't let too much ruffle him. He will manage the game the way it needs to be managed. Take with the defense.
Here's Lance. Catch made by Fulgham. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. These two win here in Minnesota. They get a sweep of the season series. Now a first down carry for Harris. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, we're definitely in top form and pitched a shutout, as a matter of fact. That's the cherry on top of a great week of preparation. And you know what? These guys are eager to keep it going. So motivation this week, not an issue.
It's a gain of 6. And the Bears first down.
Throwing on first down is Lance. And it's complete. It's Damian Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On second down, it's Harris. And he gets it down to the 32. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First down, Chicago.
This is Harris. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. This defense for the Vikings, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
From the 30 on second down, Lance. And he'll get nothing out of that one. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Throw right side, complete to Williams. And out of bounds right around the 20. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
First down, Bears.
They'll run on first down. It's Harris. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And the Bears are going to be set up with a first and goal as strong running gets them to the 9-yard line. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation we were talking about with one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Mike Williams with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you, along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of a team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0.
O'Donnell to kick off for Chicago.
After the touchdown, on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, get a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Well, he can certainly be a big asset in this passing game. He proves it right there. He makes the catch out of the backfield, and then off he goes.
Yeah, this is what we mean when we talk about flipping the field, having your offense look at going the long way to a short way after he makes a play. His ability to do that, evident. Able to make the catch there, keep his momentum going, and just continue downfield.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. Josh Lambo now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. The drive summary, 4 plays, 75 yards. And it's polished off by a Viking score. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. As the season winds down and you look at them in totality, you know, the offense has struggled. The defense has been pretty good, so I would imagine the changes this offseason may be more on the offensive side of the ball.
And this is where we always hear the term complementary football, because as you noted, the defense has played well enough for them to win games, and the offense has held them back. So they've got to reward that defense by improving on offense. I don't know if you make a change of quarterback, running back, tight end. It doesn't matter. Get better players, better system, so they can play to the standards of the defense, and the win column will result.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Now Lance. Caught left side, Williams. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go now with Olawale. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
And the Bears first down.
The Bears with the football. We get set to begin quarter number 2. These two teams all tied after 1. On first down, Lance. And he'll complete this one to Fulgham. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on 3rd down.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. On first down, Harris. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. So, Charles, we have reached the end here of a long season, Week 18, which we don't say very often, although this is not the first Week 18 that the NFL has ever seen.
Not at all, and Brandon, some of the people might be a little bit too young to remember, but back in 1993, the league experimented with giving teams 2 open weeks for...
And I think the ball's out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. Obviously, you got to hold on to the football, but I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going to, and if they're good, anticipate the contact coming and try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
And a good stiff arm and some space to run. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. Kind of an odd schedule this year. These two teams getting their 2 games in very late in the season. Their first meeting just a few weeks ago, back in Week 15. This, the second meeting between these 2 division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. Past the 20. And they will score a pick 6 for Bears touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Rohrwasser on for the PAT.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Looking to throw again on second down. Mayfield. He'll drop this down to Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, Mayfield. He's going to float this one deep right side. And got his man complete. And he takes this thing way down into Chicago territory. But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it. And we saw evidence of that right there. Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. Ertz over the middle. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
To throw again on second down, Mayfield. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
49, guys.
Third and short yardage, Mayfield. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Now whistles and a timeout. Looks like we've got a Vikings slow to get up. And this is certainly not what you want to see in the final week of the year. We'll be back.
Josh Lambo on for the field goal. A 26-yard attempt.
The kick by Lambo is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
Johnson now returning. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal? And they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive. A little more pep in their step because it didn't cost their team a touchdown. But they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
Coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think Coach would be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3. To throw, it's Lance. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Tabor. And what a return as he brings this one all the way back to the 25-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's going to drop this off to Williams, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. Ertz has it left side. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Josh Gordon, the intended receiver, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
And Lambo will put this one through. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
On 2nd down now, it's Harris. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the first. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because, you know, Coach.
Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Bradley Chubb picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Finding Williams once more, complete. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Mayfield on 1st down. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
That was a nice grab. Just couldn't get the feet down, right? You needed that toe tap sequence there. Whatever size shoe he's wearing, probably need about a half size smaller to complete that one.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He's going to go up top again. And this is incomplete.
Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down. And just like that, on we head to half number 2.
Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
So here's the Bears offense now as they get set to start this third quarter.
And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 46. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. On the give, this is Harris. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
101 yards rushing for him now as he is finishing off the regular season with a bang.
They'll run on first down. Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, they've had success on the ground on this drive, and that makes the defense more likely to overcommit to stop the run as they did on that play. But keep in mind, it makes them susceptible to play-action passes as well.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It's a gain of 9 yards, and they're going to have a 3rd down. They'll try to run for it. Here's Williams. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
Decision made for Sean McVay. They're going to go for it. They run with Olawale. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
I don't care what he's listed in the program. Fullback, running back, tailback, it doesn't matter. He ran that play like a fullback. Just like the old days when we saw the fullback dive. How about him picking that one up?
Only needed a yard on 4th down. That's what he's there for, right?
Exactly. Line him up, short yardage situation, and say, here it is, big man. Go get it.
A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
Ran the perfect defense in this situation. Would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Harris will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown on is Pat O'Donnell to send this one away. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. They begin the drive with Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
So they throw the pick-6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return here for Evans as they will bring this out to the 25. Minnesota's offense takes over possession, and they just had that pick-6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there, it's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
Yeah, we'll see if they can do it here. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up the touchdown.
A very tough run, but for a pretty short gain out near the 32.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Here's Matt Bosher now as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. A 40-yard punt, no return, and that will come the offense as they take over. The Chicago offense set to get started. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the #1 thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
Now a throw here, hauled in.
Lance's pass.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Good call there on first down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Check 52. Bang, bang, bang.
And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. On second down, it's Harris, and he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 113 yards rushing for him now as his fine rookie season continues. A give to Harris. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down fourth quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And Lance now to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. The Bears tried it on fourth down, unable to convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked somewhere else. And maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A first down throw for Mayfield. He's got it to Williams. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Mayfield. And he checks this one down to Williams. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Brings up second and 5.
And again, it's Mayfield. It's complete to Williams. Give him 5 on the screenplay, and that'll set up a third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. From the red zone now, Mayfield. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield throws this one right side to Pascal. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. And now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and 5. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Walked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Zach Pascal, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. And it's good, so that will get them back within 1 score. A 10-play drive that time, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand-new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
On 1st down, Harris. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
129 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now Harris. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Lance going to throw.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. It was the veteran safety Malcolm Jenkins who got a hand in there to disrupt it. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line.
You hate to give the ball away here in the 4th quarter while you're just holding a slim lead, but that punt, absolutely ideal. They pin them inside the 5-yard line. They give their defense a really nice opportunity.
Mayfield.
Connected with Johnson.
They find some open field here. And they finally are able to take him down at the opposite 47.
Mayfield.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, but it's going to be second down.
Here's Baker.
Oh, no, he lost the football. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Mayfield to throw.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a first down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more.
Now Mayfield.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it looks like the Bears are going to win the football game. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
Harris going to get it again on second down.
2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. So this one in the win column for the Chicago Bears. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe you move